What's up, everybody? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the February Heritage Auction that I just got involved in, and I got a pretty awesome card that I'm going to show you guys. But just a little bit about the auction. For those of you that have never done one of these baseball card auctions like Heritage or Golden or REA, you really, like, if you're interested in like sort of higher end vintage or even modern cards, I definitely highly recommend checking out these auction houses. It's pretty much, it feels like if anyone's buying or selling high-end stuff, they're doing it through these auction houses, and Heritage is one of the great options. And the February auction was no different. They had some pretty awesome stuff. If you do that, be very careful. The only thing you need to know about is the buyer's premium, right? So like if you're spending $1,000, you're really spending like $1,600 because of the buyer's premium. But always just keep, that's the only thing to just keep an eye on is that, make sure that you're aware of the buyer's premium, or if you're selling the buyer's premium, but anyway, the February auction had some really awesome stuff. So for example, it had the 1916 M101 Babe Ruth in a PSA 7. So that card sold for $1.4 million. That was back when Ruth was pitching for the Red Sox. That's a pretty awesome card to have, but obviously way out of my price range. The 1955 Clemente in a PSA 9 sold for a cool $1 million. An absolutely beautiful card. I can't even imagine owning something like that. Razor sharp. Another example of a card, there was a 1951 Bowman Mickey Mantle in an SGC 9. This card was absolutely breathtaking. I can't imagine owning a Mickey Mantle rookie that looked like that. Another really cool card was the Topps Now Shohei Ohtani. Is when he got his 60-60 last season. It's autographed. It's a 1 of 1. So just examples of cards that were available during this auction. So I had 3 cards I was watching, and one of them I ended up getting. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But one of the cards that I've had my eye on, and I almost every auction I have my eye on it. It's the Ty Cobb Bat Off Shoulder T206. Now, this is a card that I've wanted for a very, very long time. This auction had an SGC 5 that went, I was willing to pay above comps because of, the eye appeal on it. But unfortunately, it went even beyond that. Like there was a real bidding war for the Ty Cobb Bat Off Shoulder, and the price just got out of hand, and I had to bow myself out of it. Another card that I was looking at, and it's really annoying that with purchasing cards, you have a certain budget, and you always have to think, okay, you have to make certain sacrifices, right? So like I had to make a decision about which card I was going to go after. The card, you guys let me know if I made the right decision, but I ended up passing on the 34 Gaudi in an SGC 3, the Lou Gehrig. This card was absolutely beautiful. This is a card that I've wanted for a very long time. And unfortunately, I had to let it go because I had another card that I wanted to get instead. So without further ado, let me turn the camera around and show you the card that I did purchase. All right, guys, you ready? Here is the card that I ended up getting in the latest Heritage auctions. Boom, there it is. The 1959 Menko JCM24 Sadaharu Oh rookie card in a PSA 4. So you guys will have to bear with me. I'm going to geek out a little bit. It was fun. Part of the fun of this was geeking out a little bit because it did take a little bit of research to kind of learn more about, this card and about the player. So, there's a lot of attention lately, right? A lot of fantastic Japanese players coming over to America and really doing well. From Tanaka to Otani to Hideki Matsui, Ichiro, Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki coming over to the Dodgers. But Sadaharu Oh, he was in Japan. He is basically, Babe Ruth of Japan, right? 18-time All-Star, 11-time Japan Series champion, including another 2 as a manager, so 13 total. 13 total championships, all with the Yomiuri Giants. 11 as a player, 2 as a manager, 9-time MVP. He has 868 home runs. So more than 100 more than, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron. 868 home runs is crazy. I mean, there's no other player that has anything close to that. 1,079 OPS, 2,170 RBIs, the most ever in pretty much every category. Started off as a pitcher when he was younger, and then when he was 19 years old, he came up as a rookie in 59 and went on to hit 161, 161, and then he developed what's known as the flamingo kick. It really changed his entire career and led him to be one of the greatest players of all time. So I really wanted to. This is a card that I've wanted for a really long time. The weird thing with this, it's very it's tough to understand Japanese cards because there's actually many different Sadaharu Oh rookie cards. So like if you don't like this image, there are other images you can get of it. It seems that this is probably the most iconic, at least from what I've seen. It's the most sought after from what I've seen. It's the card that I wanted. It kind of reminds me of a T206 card. Although the interesting thing is that it's not a T206 card. It's not a tobacco card. It was really more for like a game playing card for kids. So in fact, if you look at the back, you can see here like 7 of diamonds. You would divvy it out and play rock paper scissors with it. So you divvy it out and see who gets rock, who gets paper. I'm not sure what the what some of these other things are. There's like some sort of warrior here on the back. But it was hand cut and more of a playing card. When I first looked at this card, I saw it said Hoshi Gangu, and I was like, what is... I thought Hoshi Gangu was this guy. That's how little I was like, who is that Hoshi Gangu? But turns out that Hoshi Gangu is actually the name of the toy manufacturer or the company that made these cards. It stands for Star Toy in English. If you direct, if you put it in Google Translate, Hoshi Gangu means Star Toy. So I don't know if that's the name of the company or whatever, but Hoshi Gangu is not that guy right there. That guy in the background, because I was like, there's no way that is Sadaharu Oh. The guy in the background, his name is Shigeyo Nagashima. Now, the cool thing, and I think that made this card even cooler when I learned that, because we're basically looking at Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. That's basically what we're looking at. The Japanese version of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. They were the number 3 and number 4 hitters for the Yomiuri Giants that, like I said, went on to win 11 championships. Nagashima went on to hit 444 home runs. So over 17 seasons, they were sort of referred to as the ON cannon. So they were just, I can't imagine trying to get through a lineup with, a guy that hit almost 900 home runs and then another guy after him that hit 444 home runs. So really awesome. Now like I said, the other cool thing about this is, one thing I noticed, like when I was bidding on this, was that it had like a gold border. And as I was, bidding on it, I was learning about it. And so this card There are 36 that have the white border. That is if you go to PSA's pop report, there are 36 with the white border. But there are only 13 with this gold border. So I kind of look at this as sort of like a parallel. This is like the Sadaharu Oh gold parallel. So 13 of those. And then there's one random one of a red border. So I guess that's like a one of one. And who knows, there might be, other versions of this card out there somewhere, like these obviously were made in Japan. So like, do they even realize somebody might have it in their, we might find these cards, over the next 100 years, that there's more buried somewhere in a basement or an attic somewhere. So, yeah, I guess that's it. This was a lot of fun. Like I wanted to buy, a high-end card for my collection that nobody else had. That was one of my goals this year, and I feel like I accomplished it. When you buy a card where the pop is only 13 cards total, there's not too many people that are gonna have. And that was, and kind of going back to the Garrig, right? I felt like it was tough passing on the Garrig card because I really loved it, but I felt like, with this being such a rare card, my next opportunity to buy it at the price that I was able to get it at is, it's going to be very tough. And by the way, during the pandemic, this card went way skyrocketing in price and has come plummeting down. And the price that I got it was probably a fifth of, I think it was a fifth of the last time. There was this exact same card was purchased, if you guys want to look it up, on Heritage Auctions, just a couple of years ago, for 5 times the price. So I was able to get it at a fifth of the price that the previous guy bought it at least according to Heritage. So either way, whether it was a good buy or not, I really wanted to own a Sadaharu Oh card. And finally got the opportunity to, I do have another card of his, but obviously this is a huge purchase. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about this card and the player. If you didn't know about Sadaharu Oh, and, learning, Ohtani's such a huge deal now, in Major League Baseball. And I was like, who's the guy that, kind of came before it? And it was this guy. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys also entered that Heritage auction. And that's it, guys. I will talk to you later.